What's going on, guys? It is March 8th, 2016, and yes, I know this is like 5 days late, but I've been working and busy, and I wanted to get other videos up first, like those unboxings, so I'm finally getting my Nintendo Direct reactions directly to you. But yeah, it was an amazing Direct like 5 days ago. Lots of stuff to cover. I'm gonna do it. It's out of order because I'm looking online for a recap, and there's been a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about this. I have watched it twice, because I usually always watch all the Nintendo Directs at least twice, sometimes 3 times. It really depends. And then I've seen a lot of the trailers from them multiple times as well in the past few days. So the content is still fresh in my head, for if anyone's wondering. So we're just going to start off. They began with Star Fox Zero, which I said before, I said it again, this game looks amazing. Ever since they first revealed it, I've been excited for this game. I know when it first got revealed, people were like, the graphics, and there's no online, and blah, 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 but I don't care about all that, you know. The game looks fun, game looks great as it is. It's going to be amazing, you know, when it comes out, and they showed off a lot more for it. They showed off a new area, Fortuna, which looks awesome, and you can also do branching paths, kind of like how in Star Fox 64 you could do that, but it's a lot more in-depth this time around, which is really cool. There's lots of neat stuff you can do with it. They showed off more of the actual multiplayer, because there's going to be 2-player co-op. One player uses the Pro Controller, one player uses the gamepad. Like one is flying around the R-Wing, the other one is aiming, which seems kind of weird. I'd have to try it out, so I'm not entirely excited about that, but whatever. But they did confirm April 22nd. We already knew that date, but there's been a lot of rumors saying it's gonna get delayed and blah blah blah, and quality control and motion controls aren't working, and my dad works for Nintendo and said this and that and blah blah blah. You know, it's just all bullshit rumors that don't mean anything. April 22nd, the date is still there. Remember it, guys. I will be unboxing it day one. Cannot fucking wait. It'll be amazing. And not just that, but Star Fox Guard. Project Guard, that was shown like 2 E3s ago, back in E3 2014, which I thought looked amazing at the time, and I still do. I mean, I wanted to see that game, and we're finally getting it at Star Fox Guard. It's like a spin-off with Slippy and his uncle or whatever, something like that. And it looks fun. It looks amazing. I cannot wait. You get a free physical copy of it with your Star Fox Zero just by purchasing it in the first release window or whatever. The first shipment is going to have both Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard, which is awesome. Even though I'm more excited for Star Fox Zero, obviously, that's the main game. Star Fox Guard, I'm probably going to end up putting in first when I get the games, because it's just so different and it's unique and it's really, really awesome looking. I cannot wait. Finally, we're getting that game. Now we just need Project Giant Robot, because that looked cool too. So, yeah. Paper Mario Color Splash. Oh, Lord. Where do I begin with this game? First, let me say, when I first seen it, I was like, okay, new Paper Mario, awesome. And then I seen it, and I was like, holy shit, it looks more like, it reminds me of like, you know, Super Paper Mario or 1,000 Year Door, which is cool. Then I seen like all the color stuff, and I was like, what is this, like Splatoon or Reverse Mario Sunshine, you know? And then I seen some of the card stuff, and it was going too fast, and you know, Nintendo Direct, I'm always excited and not really paying as much attention the first time around, you know. And I was like, okay, this looks a little bit like Sticker Star, which is like, you know, I'm not a big fan of Sticker Star. But since then, I've seen the trailer, I've watched it again, I've watched Nintendo Direct again, I've watched everything again. I've watched the trailer for Color Splash, or not necessarily the trailer, but the gameplay they showed. I've watched it multiple times, and I actually really like what I see. It looks really unique. I've come to terms with the fact that Paper Mario is not going to be going back to the original style. Everyone wants 1,000 Year Door 2. It's not going to happen. Intelligent Systems has said that from this point on, they're making Paper Mario an experimental series. Each game's going to do something new, which is fine, because I love Super Paper Mario. But Sticker Star, I felt like they tried to go back to the old style while still trying to be new, and it kind of failed. So I'm hoping they just do completely new, unique stuff from now on with the series. And if you want a Mario RPG, play the Mario and Luigi games. Like, they're fantastic. I mean, they're very underrated when it comes to you know, they're in Paper Mario's shadow. I know a lot of people in real life personally that have played all the Paper Mario games, but have never touched a Mario and Luigi game, or just don't play them, or just don't acknowledge them. And that's a shame. You know, the Mario and Luigi games are amazing, and if you really want a classic Mario like RPG series, you play those. Paper Mario has gone off and done its own thing, and outside of Sticker Star, I can respect it. And Color Splash, I'm going to be buying it day one, especially after all the hate. There's already a change.org petition to cancel. Like, does that work? Does that work, guys? No, it doesn't. Just stop. Just stop embarrassing yourselves, and go about your day. Let the people who want to play it. Just stop. Stop being negative. Smile. Enjoy the games you have. That's how I look at it. And it just looks really unique. And if it does end up being Sticker Star 2, hey, lesson learned. But at least I will have played it day one, and I can form a more accurate opinion on it because I've played it, and I can say this is bad because so and so, not because it's a minute trailer that we've seen and it looks like Sticker Star and it's bad and cancel it and spam emails and blah blah blah. No. Stop. But it launches later in 2016, so that'd be cool. They show off more of Mario Maker. There's gonna be more updates and items. You can do keys and doors and whatever. Mario Maker, I played it for when it first came out. I still own it. It's a nice piece of my collection, but it's really not for me. It's not one of my favorite games. A lot of people put it's like their number one on their Wii U list. Not even close. Not even top 10 for me. It's not even a game. It's a level editor. That's all it is. And I'm not a big fan of, like, I want to play the games. I'll leave the level editing to the developers. They can make the game. I'll play it and enjoy it. That's just me. I know other people are different, and I know a lot of people love it, and great. I'm glad that you love it. I'm just not a big. It doesn't hook me. It doesn't really hook me. So it's just stuff I didn't care about. They spent way too much time on it, in my opinion. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. The game looks great. I'm not a big Mario and Sonic fan. I mean, I love Mario and Sonic. Their series. I'm not a big Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games fan. Is what I mean. And they show off the Wii U version. It's going to have rugby sevens and some gymnastics and other stuff. It launches June 24th, I think, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. It looks fun, but I'm not a big fan of the series. I'm thinking about trying out the 3DS one, which comes out March 18th, and seeing how that goes. But again, we'll see. I'm not for sure. Splatoon is gonna be getting more updates. There's an update that's gonna balance out some of the Splatfest and weapon packs and things like that. It's gonna balance out. There's gonna be tweaks to matchmaking and ranked battles and stuff, which is always cool. Really cool. Splatoon's awesome. If they can just keep updating it as time goes on, it'll be great. Obviously, we're not going to get any true new content until we ever get a sequel, but hey, cool. The Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem game finally has an English title. It's Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, which is an awesome title. The game looks great. I'm going to be getting it day one, June 24th. Been excited about it. I've been waiting to hear about it. And, the only bad thing I can say about it is the fact is there's no English dub. They're making English subtitles only with the original Japanese voices. Which, I don't mind Japanese. I watch some subtitle anime, like Fairy Tail and stuff, but, I just prefer an English dub, That's just me. So, kind of disappointing, but I'm not going to knock the game for it, because at the end of the day, to me, voice acting doesn't matter. The game could still be, a perfect game, 10 out of 10. Not that I'm saying it's going to be, but I'm saying, there's always a chance for a game to be a perfect 10 out of 10. And if it has bad or good voice acting or no voice acting at all, it does not matter to me. My favorite series on the planet, which is Zelda, has no voice acting, and I don't care at all, So, at the end of the day, it's a bummer, but oh well, moving on. Lost Reavers, which is Bandai Namco's free-to-play game. It's an online co-op game. This game looks amazing. They showed it off last year a lot, and then in the directs, it used to be called Project Treasure. But I cannot wait for this game. It's free to play. Open beta starts April 14th, all the way up until the full version comes out April 28th. I already got a friend or two that is going to be playing that with me, so I'm really excited for that. Moving on. So the 3DS stuff. First off, okay, this I'm going to save for the end, but Monster Hunter X is coming out to the West as Monster Hunter Generations. If you know me, I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan. I like the series, but not as much as some other people. I didn't even get into Monster Hunter 4, so I may or may not get this. It depends, getting closer to launch when it actually comes out. They said it's going to be out this summer, so we'll see. Not for sure yet. It all depends. Monster Hunter games are a time sink. They're a time sink, and I just don't have as much time to go around. So again, we'll see. They announced Disney Art Academy, which, cool. I'm not an Art Academy person. I'm not like, I like some Disney stuff. I'm not like a Disney freak like a lot of people are. So definitely not for me, but cool, more diverse lineup. I can never complain about that. Hyrule Warriors Legends. This is amazing. We already know the game's coming out, but March 25th, obviously. But it's gonna get another season pass, just like the original did. The original did on Wii U for $20, and you got 4 DLC packs, which is gonna be 4 packs of this. And when you get the season pass, you get a bonus costume for Ganondorf, which is his Wind Waker outfit, which is amazing. They'll be available. Each pack will be available every couple months, like I said, just like the original, which is amazing. And for even if you don't get the DLC, you get Medley from Wind Waker as a character for a free download when the first DLC pack comes out. That is fucking amazing. They didn't say all the prices for the DLC or the release dates or anything, but judging based on the original, it's probably going to be a $20 season pass, which is perfectly fine. This DLC is handled a lot better than Fire Emblem Fates is. A lot better. And if you really want to argue with me on that, go ahead. You can argue all you want, but that's just my opinion. Hyrule Warriors does DLC right, and I cannot wait for this. They talked about Bravely Second End Layer. Whatever. We know the game's coming out. The game's been out in Japan for a while. There's really nothing else to say. They just talked more about the free demo or whatever. They spent way too much time on it, in my opinion. It's just whatever. Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past. I'm very excited about this game, but there's one nitpick about it. I felt like they spent too much of a mention on it for something that it was kind of pointless. I expected a release date because this direct was for games coming out from now up until the summer. And the last direct in November 2015, they actually had stated that Dragon Quest VII will be coming out in the summer of 2016, and Dragon Quest VIII will be coming out sometime in 2016. Now, in this direct, all they said was Dragon Quest VII later in 2016. What happened to your summer release target? This game's been out in Japan for like 3 years. Like, why is it taking you? I know it's a big game, but is it? You've had 3 years to localize. I don't understand why we can't get a date yet. That's just ridiculous. But and then other than that, they didn't talk about. They didn't say anything else. There's nothing else to say. It's been out in Japan for 3 years. The original Dragon Warrior 7 has been on PS1 since the late 90s or whatever. So we know about the game. We just want a release date. So that was kind of ridiculous. They talked about more of the Fire Emblem Fates DLC and Revelation Path, which, again, we already know about. This was pointless. They spent way too much time on it. It's just more Fire Emblem stuff, whatever. The game's out. The DLC's coming. We know this. If you said it, whatever. Now, the stuff that's really exciting, Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix, which is the Rhythm Heaven, the best plus that was in Japan since last year, is finally coming over here. It's a combination game of the Game Boy Advance one, which we never got, the DS one, and the Wii one. Pretty much mini games from all of those are all packed together with 30 new ones. So it comes out later this year. I cannot wait. Getting it day one, definitely cannot freaking wait. I love Rhythm Heaven. It's a very unique IP, and I hope they make more of them. It's a very underrated IP. Metroid Prime Federation Force. Since day one, I've been excited for this game. I've never understood the hate. The hate is very unwarranted. That's just my opinion. And again, I have a friend of mine who's a longtime Metroid fan. Loves the originals. From the NES and Super Nintendo. He loves Metroid Prime. He loves Other M. Loves them all. And he's excited for this. He actually called this. You've seen him in some of my videos. My friend Paul. He actually stated how he always wished there was a game where that you would be following the Federation soldiers, and this is that game. And they showed off a lot more stuff. You can customize your characters, kind of like a class system and an equipment system. There's different upgrades you can get, different weapons. Really cool. A lot. There's going to be online and local co-op. And me and my friend Paul, we're going to be picking that up and playing it day one. It launches late spring. They didn't say a date or a month. They just said late spring. I'm guessing it's going to be a May game. That's just my guess because there's nothing major in May outside of Disney Art Academy. But they have a lot of major stuff this month and in April and in June. And July is obviously not spring. So I'm guessing if not May, it's going to be early June. That's what I'm saying. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, Kirby Planet Robobot. It's about time we had another Kirby game, and I'm actually really excited for this one. This is like a lot like Triple Deluxe and Return to Dreamland, but with mechs. They remind me a lot of. See, when I first seen this, they reminded me a lot of the robot armor suits from the Mega Man X series. That's actually what it really reminds me of, and I love those in the Mega Man X series. So it's going to be awesome in Kirby, and the fact that you can apply Kirby's copy abilities to these mechs is awesome. And from what the gameplay showed, it looks like there's going to be a good balance between mech areas and regular Kirby areas, which I'm all for that. If it was just a totally mech game with like a couple of regular Kirby areas thrown in, I'd be like, not very balanced. But at the same time, like the mechs look like they're getting a bit more exposure than previous power-ups, like the mega abilities that was in or the super abilities, whatever, that were in Return of Dreamland, and the what was it, the rainbow suction whatever thing that was in Triple Deluxe. Those were shown not as often, whereas it looks like these mechs are a lot more balanced with the regular Kirby levels, which I'm all for. There's also going to be a whole brand new line of Kirby amiibo, which has Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Waddle Dee, and they give Kirby special attributes. And you can tapping different character figures gives you different powers based on them. Even though the implementation is kind of weird, like just tapping Mario gives you the firepower. I kind of wanted like the hats from like Smash Bros. Like give him the Mario hat. Like I think that'd be cool. But one cool thing is the Kirby figure, you get the UFO ability, and then a lot of the Smash Bros. Figures, you get the Smash Bros. Kirby ability, which gives you his entire moveset from the Smash Bros. Games, which is really cool. But that game and the Amiibo figures launch June 10th, so not that far away, which is awesome. So Nintendo's got games coming, guys. They got games coming both for 3DS and Wii U. Now, from the digital side of stuff, they also talked about Super NES games are coming to new Nintendo 3DS and new Nintendo 3DS XL. Only those systems they cannot run on the original 3DS, 3DS XL, or 2DS. Reason for that being is Nintendo. A lot of people are wondering why that is, and they're making you buy a new 3DS. No, that's not the case. They've actually stated that they cannot get them to run correctly on the emulation software on the older systems. They need that extra processing power of the new systems. And yes, they're older games, but there's a lot more technological stuff behind the scenes that you don't realize that goes into it. And they couldn't do everything they wanted to, like doing the multitasking with the Miiverse and everything on an old 3DS like they can the new 3DS with these games. And I know like people are probably gonna like, oh, why not give us the choice, blah 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 or whatever. But Nintendo's just not like that. They want to release a perfect product. That's just how they are, and I can respect that. The one thing I cannot respect, though, is the fact is they're making us buy them all over again. If I bought them on Wii U, I should have a cross-buy promotion for them. If I have Super Mario World on the Wii U, I should get it for free on the 3DS. I mean, and that's stupid. The PSN does that, and it does it beautifully. Why can't I do that with Nintendo systems? I hope they rectify this in the future with the Nintendo account and everything coming up. So, yeah. Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 is coming out in the summer, and it looks cool. I still haven't picked up the first one, but the first one is on sale from now through June 1st for $10, so I may pick that up soon. Pocket Card Jockey. It's a new digital game from Game Freak, creators of Pokemon. They also made Harmonite, which is an amazing eShop game, one of my favorites. But it's like this game where it's like horse racing, but you actually play solitaire on the bottom screen with the touchscreen, and the better you do in the game, the more power-ups and abilities you give to your horse, and you can raise your horse and breed them, and it gives them different abilities and stats to make them race better, and it looks really fun. It looks cutesy and full of charm and just amazing. It launches in May. I can't wait for it. Like, I don't see anyone else talking about this, but the eShop has some amazing games, and I love these little mini games that Nintendo keeps putting out on the eShop, and they're amazing. Cannot wait for that. It looks fun. I'm gonna be getting it day one when it comes out. Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, which is that free game that's been in Japan for a little while. It is coming out starting March 25th. You can actually get a free download code for it when you buy any amiibo figure from any retailer, any participating retailer, which is GameStop, Best Buy, and Amazon, I believe. But if you don't want to buy any amiibo figures, you can wait until April 28th when it releases for free on the eShop. And this is for both Wii U and 3DS, which is cool. So you get them between both. But this game looks awesome. It's like kind of like a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, but with the amiibos. It looks really fun. It looks really awesome. I cannot wait. And then June 10th, the same day that Kirby in the same day that Kirby and the Kirby amiibo come out, there's also going to be Series 4 of the Animal Crossing amiibo card launching. And there's going to be 2 Isabelle amiibo figures. One is the winter outfit one that she already had if you bought Amiibo Festival, and the other one is one that's going to feature her summer outfit. Both those launch on June 10th, as well as the cards, as well as the Kirby amiibo, as well as the Kirby game, June 10th. So that's going to be sweet. So June 10th has the Kirby and the other amiibo stuff, and then June 24th is Mario and Sonic and Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. So that's going to be sweet. Lots of stuff for June, and lots of stuff for April and March, and a couple things for May. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the Direct. That's pretty much what I liked and disliked. What I was kind of bummed about was they didn't talk a lot about the Nintendo account. They briefly mentioned the Nintendo account and Miitomo launching this month and blah blah blah. I wanted them to talk more about that, but they didn't. Not Miitomo necessarily. I know this wasn't a mobile Direct, but I wanted them to talk a little bit more about Nintendo account and My Nintendo and when it was going to launch and all that stuff. I was kind of hoping for that. I did feel like they spent way too much time on Fire Emblem Fates and Bravely Second and Dragon Quest VII, not giving us a date. Games that we already knew about that they spent way too much time on. I do feel like they spent way too much time on. Actually, no, not Mario Maker. I mean, again, it's not for me, but at least they're showing off new content for it. So Mario Maker is justified. I was gonna say I felt like they spent way too much time on that, but now that I think about it, no, they didn't. It was fine. One thing I was hoping to see is we didn't get any other eShop stuff besides, like, I mean, Azure Striker Golf Vault 2 looks good. Pocket Card Jockey looks amazing. Obviously, the Virtual Console stuff, and obviously, the Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge. But Super NES Games not being cross-buy is freaking dumb. I don't know why they're not doing that. I hope that gets rectified. Where is Box Boy One More Box? I really want that game to come out outside of Japan. And there's still other eShop games that they could have brought out from Japan, like the Curse of Leech sequel. I don't know why we haven't gotten stuff like that. But the only thing I think of is maybe those games didn't sell well, which if they didn't, that's a shame. Very, very big shame. But yeah, it was a good Nintendo Direct. Definitely not the best, but it's up there. It was a pretty damn good one. It shows that they have a strong lineup for the spring and summer. So lots of good stuff. Lots of stuff I'm going to be buying day one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What did you guys think? Let me know. Leave some comments, and more videos coming soon. Catch you later.